what is a middle ground, what compromise involves for both the city, all of the city, the county, or cities and county. So excited to dig into the details.
Thank you.
And thank you, Dawn.
So the meeting was actually pretty amazing. The mayor of Hollister turns to me, it was my turn to talk, and says, "Do you have anything to say?" And I'm like, Dawn, I had Dawn and I had a conversation the Friday before, so I was totally on board with everything that he had said, and so was Scott. So along with asking for an RFP and a vote on a new RFP, or going out to an RFP and a JPA, where the city of Hollister and the city of San Juan Bautista were aligned in that. It would take, it seems like it would have taken just as long to go out to RFP and lose the money, or continue down the path that we're on with a firm that has, we spent 9,000 of the grant money, and the fees had almost doubled, not quite doubled, but the added fees to come back to them, they sent their staff off into other directions, so they would have to have a new staff. So we're starting from ground zero. That would take past December anyway, and there were conversations going back and forth on giving them the money up front without having anything to show for it. And we don't have anything to show for the $9,000 work that they had done. Since November of last year, we have not had an action item to vote on. The agendas keep coming back with a discussion on, and it's pretty much been the same exact line. So Supervisor Kosmicki kept saying we can't vote on a JPA. Ultimately, we couldn't vote again on anything. So my request to the city manager and the chair of the committee was to come back with something that we can vote on. And I'm seriously hoping that we will have an action item to move ahead with an RFP with I think we have definitely two potential three entities to go out to an RFP, another RFP. So we're losing the money regardless, since we can't reallocate it somewhere else, unless you want to buy a shiny red car with a bullhorn for outreach. No, that's not public outreach. So yeah, we're gonna lose the money already, so why not start from ground zero? Because we have not made any movement on anything since November. Just one final thought from me, going directly to a 270-day clause rather than asking everybody to come to the table, I felt was a little inappropriate. We should have had, and I appreciate that you went back and said, maybe if we meet somewhere in the middle, that we can continue this throughout the life of the contract, and instead of pulling the 270-day clause. But golly, Don, absolutely amazing to be right up there in the front of all of these conversations, and having conversations with the city of Hollister before everybody else, being the only jurisdiction who has balanced our budget and have a pretty healthy reserve, and then coming to the last meeting and having a plan to share with everybody And then most importantly, not only did you share it, but got the county to actually come to the table. And the county was going down a totally different path. And hopefully they're back on board with all of this. It was a huge meeting. It's been a huge, couple of months with working through this with the city of Hollister. And, I truly appreciate, everything that you have done to move us, to where we are today. And hopefully the city of Hollister will show up and we'll have something, we'll have some kind of an action item to move forward with. Yeah, because it has really been a challenge. So yeah, if anybody has anything else to.
Thank you, Mayor. You caused me to think that maybe an amendment to the agreement rather than an interim agreement. An amendment to the agreement with new rates and compensation, keeping the current December 25 timeline. That would be quicker and simpler to implement.
Out of the box. Well done. Thank you very much. Do we have any public comment on this? Thank you, Michael. Die Hard.
RFP, Regional Fire Plan?
No,
No, good guess.
thank you. Request for proposal.
Okay, request report. Okay. So in your 4-part plan that you submitted, you were talking GPA? Yes, okay. So I just want to basically let the public know GPA can be a great idea. They help to spread the costs. But a GPA essentially is a tax without voter approval. And in some GPAs, you can get into real trouble because they can accept more debt without any transparency, really. Just keep adding debt, keeps adding debt without voter approval. And that's how entities have been getting away from tax, because we all know we can't get taxes voted. Nobody wants a tax. So I just want it to be known that we got to be real careful with GPA, because we could get ourselves in trouble. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Thank you very much. Can I do this now? Future agenda items? Thanks, Chief. Councilmember Freeman, future agenda items.
Well, let's see, I'd like to bring back an oldie but goodie, that we haven't done in a couple of years. A dig once policy. One of the things I forgot to announce during the announcements is Elise Benell got a big $29 million grant, and we're gonna be needing that. So we should doesn't have to be next month, but we should think about it.
Or what? What was that grant for?
Dig once policy.
No. What was Elise's grant for?
Broadband, fiber optic, buried in the sand or
Thank you.
pavement or dirt or whatever.
Thank you. Just in case it hasn't gone public yet. I mean, widespread, yeah, but yeah, go ahead. Sorry, thank you. You can have as many as you want.
I think I brought this up a long time ago. Time to discuss the wine barrels downtown. Impeding parking, whatever. Plants dying.
Is that it?
No.
Okay, keep going.
And then also a second one is to review the process for closure for street festivals, how that process looks, time frame of requests from when actual festival gets approved, number of days that we permit street closures based on the festival, whether or not we want to have a hard and fast rule for a number of days permitted to close downtown.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Nothing? Awesome. Okay, Citygate, we had a couple meetings ago, talked about fees for vacant buildings and tenants who are taking longer than 6 months for improvements. Thank you very much.
Big
Thank
is it?
Thank you. And hang on, sorry, quickly. I wrote another one down. I can't remember what that one was. And then at some point, you brought up, insurance and or compensation for council members, so I'm gonna throw that out there. I'm gonna be bold and brave.
That's a Liz job.
I am in very much trouble. Thank you. Okay,
Oh, before we adjourn,
yeah, go ahead. What?
just a quick announcement. Roy Morales will be acting city manager in my absence beginning Thursday morning. I'll be returning to the city on the 28th of July.
Thursday, 16th,
16th,
17th.
16th.
This Thursday, 17th, 18th,
Yes.
July 18th. Till when?
28th.
The 20th,
I'll be
thank you.
back on Monday, right?
Have a great time, eh?
Thank you.
May. Thank you for that. Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Motion made by Councilmember Freeman, seconded by Councilmember Morris Lopez. Roll.
Councilmember Freeman,
Yes.
Councilmember Morris Lopez, Councilmember Sebastian,
Yes.
Mayor Jordan.
Yes, 10:03. Sorry, guys. 3 minutes over.